Today is Monday, August 4th, 2025. Nice green day for me. I'm up about 25 bucks, which is 1.1%. Today I made 10 moves. I went green on 7 out of 10 of those moves. My three losers, I did pretty good. Two of them I did well. I'm calling two of my three losers good losers. One of them I sat on it too long, and I could have got out with half as much of a loss as I did, but um, it is what it is. Uh, Still getting used to this type of freedom, if you want to call it that, in my trading. So, really happy with my morning. I made 10 moves. I made a total of 89 cents worth of profit when I added all my moves together. Um, One thing that I am going to have to kind of change is the way I go through my trades, um, video journaling them. I don't think I'm going to be able to video journal 10 trades, each individual trade. So I think maybe what I'll do is kind of highlight my best one or two and my worst one or two, and just kind of speak on those and let the in between just be a memory on my notebook here. But yeah, otherwise, really strong morning and really, really nice way to start the week. Hopefully, I can go green again tomorrow. This was my first move Monday morning, ticker BTAI. And this was also my biggest loser on the day. So awesome way to start my morning. We had some momentum here coming in, flirting with the $2 mark, a little bit of a pullback here, and then we ripped right to the $1.97, $1.98 point. We had a pullback here. I got in at 195, expecting the rip up to $2. In my brain, I thought the way this momentum was going, the volume had increased pretty dramatically here. We'd probably see 205, maybe even 210. The next candle, we hit 199 and then went south from there. I did not take profit at 199 as I was expecting it to break through the $2 mark. And then it only went south from there. It settled in around 185 or so, and that's where I made my exit. I did a very similar move to this later on in the day on a different ticker. Again, expecting the squeeze through the $2 mark, and it didn't happen again. I did the same thing Friday morning with the ticker. Instead of going from 190 to $2, it was 90 cents to the $1 mark. And we tickled the dollar mark, dipped down, and then never really broke through. That's 3 times in a row now that a move like this has cost me on these cheaper stocks. So I think from now on, if I get in on a move like this, once we hit the high 90s, I'm just going to take profit. Even if it does eventually go to 205 or 210 without me, I could have made 4 or 5 cents. I don't remember exactly where I got filled on my entry here, which would have been a nice start to the morning. Not the best move of all time, but still. But instead, I ended up losing like 13 cents by the time I got out, down at like 182 or 183, down in this range. And it's happened to me 3 times here lately. So I think the breakthrough the dollar market really roars a lot quicker when the stocks, $3 or $4 plus. These $1 and $2 stocks, they really stop out hard at that dollar mark, and I got to start being more aware of that and predicting that a little cleaner. This is where I made one of my favorite moves of the morning, the ticker BTBD. This was kind of right when it first started squeezing up. We had a huge pop from the around the $2 range all the way up to 325, and then it settled down pretty hard here. We had a little bit of a dip down to the 250s. Once we started climbing back up, I figured this was for sure going to at least tickle $3. Um, I waited for some strong momentum. I ended up getting entered around the 280 mark. We squeezed through $3 onto the next candle. The next candle went all the way up to around 310. I made an exit, almost perfectly at the top of this topping tail here, for a nice 28 cents worth of profit right there. That was a nice move on, kind of the front side of this whole move. Really nice pick up a profit there. Um, that that cleaned up the mess that I had made on my first move, and this was kind of a nice way to get settled in for the morning. I think this was my fourth trade, my third green trade in a row, and this has got me feeling pretty good so far in the morning. This was another really nice, profitable move I made. This is right after the market opened on the ticker PBM. We were squeezing up here. We kind of consolidated right at the $5 mark, and then we started roaring through. Once we had positive confirmation of that previous candle and we started going through the $5, I made an entry here about 5:30 or so, expecting the pop to 550, which is exactly what we got. We actually went a little higher without me here. We tickled around 565, and then this next candle, big topping tail to 580. But I made my exit right after 50. I think I got filled on my exit at 56. So that was another 21 cents worth of profit right there. Nice clean move, pretty stress free, and just another 20 cents of profit to add on top of everything. Really nice move for me. This is where I made my final losing trade of the day. I think this was my seventh move. Ticker CASI, 1 minute chart. And again, this cheaper stocks. This is up in here. We're flirting with the 190s, $2 mark. We popped up above $2 right here at 208, kind of settled back down. I got in at 194, expecting to pop through $2, probably hit 205 or 210 again. This one topped out at, I think it was 203 or 204. I didn't take that profit. Clearly, I should have. That was a dime, which is a base hit for me. Would have been another nice move. But I was expecting another retest of that 210 mark. We didn't quite get it, and then it just went south from there again. This one, I mean, it broke through the $2 mark, but just for a second there. And again, I guess I could have taken profit at least this time, but I didn't. And I sat on this a little longer than I should have. I ended up getting out at the 184 mark, but it became pretty clear that this wasn't going to hover around 190s very long. The volume was telling me that, and the fact that we didn't even retest that 208 mark was kind of a red flag in itself. It is what it is. I could have snuck away with some profit there, but I was a little stubborn on my exit, and I didn't take it when it was there. So either way, not a bad loss. I could have got out better, but I got out soon enough that it didn't totally blow my day up.